Hey guys, Rob here from allcards.com. In today's video, we're going to look at what I think are the 7 best credit cards for first timers. So if this is your very first credit card, or perhaps it's been a really long time since you've had a credit card, perhaps you ran into some trouble with credit, I'm going to walk through what I think are the 7 best, and we're going to do it by credit score because there's no sense applying for a credit card if you don't have a good chance of getting an approval. And at the same time, you don't want to sell yourself short. Perhaps you could qualify for a card that requires good or excellent credit. And if you can, you want to go for those because the benefits tend to be much, much better. So let's get right to it. And I'm going to start with folks who either have no credit or perhaps have bad or limited credit. So maybe you've run into trouble in the past with your credit, or you just have absolutely no credit history. And if that's the case, I have really 2 top recommendations. The first one is Chime. Now, you may have heard of Chime. It's one of the new sort of, it's a banking type account. Chime's actually not a bank, but they offer a savings account and a checking account through a bank they partner with. So it's FDIC insured, nothing to worry about there. What a lot of people don't know is that they also offer the Chime Credit Builder Visa Secured credit card. And I really like this card a lot for a number of reasons. First of all, unlike most secured credit cards, it doesn't have an annual fee. It also doesn't charge interest. And what really sets it apart is the way this card works. With most secured cards, you've got to send in a deposit and then they hold on to it. And that's your credit limit. And then you go about using the card each month like you normally would, pay it down, but spend it, pay it down. All along, they're holding your security deposit. Chime doesn't quite work that way. The way Chime works is you have to have a checking account with them. But again, the checking account is free, no monthly fees, no worries about overdraft fees. The app is an award-winning app. It comes with a free Visa debit card. And then once you have that, you can get the secured credit card, and you decide each month how much you want to spend on the credit card, and you simply transfer that amount from your Chime checking account over to the secured credit card. You do that with their mobile app. Couldn't be any easier. You use the card up to that limit, and then Chime takes that amount at the end of the month, pays off your credit card, reports your payments to all 3 credit bureaus, very important for improving your credit score. And then the next month, you start all over again, and you decide again how much you want to move over to the credit card. It doesn't have to be the same amount each month. So I really think of all of the secured credit cards out there, Chime is unique in the way it works, and I think it's very, very consumer friendly. So that's number 1 on our list. A second secured card that I do want to mention is from Discover It Secured. Now, this is more traditional, where you send in your security deposit and they hold it. It is refundable. You can get it back once you close the account, or perhaps you upgrade to an unsecured card. But until then, they hold on to it. But the reason I like this card, a couple of things. There's no annual fee. Again, just like Chime, no annual fee, pretty rare for secured cards. But also, they offer cash back. You see it right here. You get 2% cash back at gas stations and restaurants on up to $1,000 in purchases each quarter. And then after that, it's unlimited 1% on all other purchases. Very rare for a secured credit card. They also offer what they call unlimited cashback match. So for the first year, the cashback rates are effectively doubled. You have to wait until the end of the year to get it, but a very nice feature. And then they give you free access to your FICO score. And again, this is your official FICO score you're getting from Discover. So another really good all-around credit card. Now, what about folks, maybe you've got bad or fair credit and you're not really wanting a secured card? Well, got some options for you there. First one is the Platinum MasterCard from Capital One. You can see that the credit level here is fair, and they describe for you what that means. You've defaulted on a loan in the past 5 years, or you have limited credit history. And so that's sort of how they define it. I would say in terms of a credit score, it would be roughly low to mid 600s, maybe high 500s potentially. Credit card issuers don't actually disclose exactly what credit scores they will accept and won't accept. But I would say roughly that's the range. And if you get this card, you can see there's no annual fee. They have what they call Credit Wise, which is access to your credit score and tools to improve it. It doesn't come with a lot of benefits in terms of rewards, but if you're trying to build your credit and you don't want a secured credit card, I think this is a really good choice. Now, another one, also from Capital One. I'll tell you, Capital One, probably has some of the, let me go back to my notes. Here we go. Capital One has some of the best, I think, fair credit cards out there. So I've got two from Capital One. Again, this one's fair credit as well. And this is the Quicksilver one. And the benefit here is that you get unlimited 1.5% cash back. Remember, the Platinum MasterCard didn't pay any cash back rewards. The downside, if you will, is the annual fee. Now, at $39, that's not too bad. And if you use the card fairly regularly and pay it off in full each month, you'll certainly, I think in most cases, earn that back with the 1.5% cash back. But you do need to know there is an annual fee to keep in mind. All right, so moving from fair up to sort of good credit scores, the card I really like is the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. We talked about this card in a past video on 1.5% cashback cards. It is, I think, without question, the best of the best in that category. You can see you get $200 cash back when you spend $500 in purchases in the first 3 months. You can see right here, although it's classified as a 1.5% cashback card, it actually pays up to 5% on travel, 3% dining at restaurants, including takeout and delivery, 3% at drugstores, and then 1.5% on everything else. It comes with 0% APR on purchases for 15 months. You can see here, there's no annual fee. So a really, really good card. Now it does, as I said, requires better credit. One of the things we're doing at allcards.com, and I'll show you the review that we have of this card. You can see it gets a really high review, I think kind of for obvious reasons. I mean, the terms of it are really good. One of the things we're doing, I'm going to scroll down here to show you, is we're starting to track from various forums, because people will often post that they got approved or didn't get approved for a particular card, and they'll put their credit scores in. And so you can see here, we've started to collect that data. So you can see here's someone with a score Experian as low as 677, got approved. This person's score was in the 800s. This person's score 7 and 800s. Low 600s didn't get approved, and that doesn't surprise me. I think to apply for this, you should probably think at least 670 would be my guess. Someone with 775 got denied. That's not because of their credit score, though. I don't know. There must have been other factors. So that gives you an idea generally of the kind of credit you need to get approved for that card. All right, 2 more to go. This next one I've carried for many years. You really need certainly good to excellent credit, and it's Citi Double Cash. It's basically a 2% cash back on all purchases. Credit card, 1% when you buy, 1% when you pay. It does have a 0% feature as well. You can see here 0% on balance transfers for 18 months. Most 18-month balance transfer cards don't come with cashback rewards. This is an exception. This is really an all-around excellent card and great for everyday spending. All right, 1 more to go, and this would be your best first credit card if you truly have excellent credit. And here it is, the Bank of America Premium Rewards credit card. It's one that I carry. This is a 1.5% and 3% rewards card. You can see here, it's 2 points on travel and dining, 1.5 on everything else. The reason I set up to 3 is that you can get elevated rewards if you're a platinum member with Bank of America. That requires at least $20,000 in checking or a savings account and or Merrill Edge. If you go up to $100,000, then you get even more bonuses. And the end result is, if you go all the way up to $100,000, your platinum honors, which is what we do, it turns 1.5 points into 2.62%. And it turns the 2 points for dining and travel up here, it turns those, adds 75% to those. So that's where I mentioned 3. It actually takes to 3.5%. So an all-around great card, but again, you're going to need excellent credit. And it really starts to shine once you've got $100,000 in your checking and savings accounts with Bank of America or of course Merrill Edge. So for example, if you have an IRA at Merrill Edge, that would count as well. So there you go. Those are my top 7 best credit cards for first timers across all the different credit score, credit categories. Now you may say, well, Rob, wait a minute. I hear all about these travel cards, Chase Sapphire, Preferred, Capital One, Venture, all of the airline cards, the hotel cards. Why haven't you talked about any of those? None of them made your list. And it's because those cards should never be your first credit card. Your first credit card, particularly if you have the credit score to get those kinds of travel cards, should be one that pays at a bare minimum 1.5% on all purchases and preferably 2% or more. If you're only going to carry one card, the kind of cards I've shown you today are going to end up generating more rewards for the vast majority of people than these other travel cards. Some of the travel cards pay heightened rewards on certain categories of spending, and they can be excellent. However, the vast majority of the purchases are going to be at 1%, and so the net result is going to be you're going to lose out as compared to, say, the Bank of America card I showed you, the Citi Double Cash, or even the Chase Freedom Unlimited. So when you think of travel cards, they're great. We've carried them. We carry the Chase Sapphire Reserve. We've had the Marriott card. We've had Southwest. Those are great cards, but not as your first credit card. Those you should look at when you start to want to carry and use 2 or more credit cards. So I think the ones I've showed you are much, much better for that first timer who wants to start off with one credit card. Hope this has been helpful to you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to help you out any way I can. Thanks for watching.